हाय गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। तो यार आज हमारे साथ है दिवांश बत्रा। अभी ही इज करंटली वर्किंग एट डी शो एज अ मेंबर टेक्निकल एंड इसके पास ऑफर्स थे Amazon से और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट से भी। ठीक है, भाई ने स्प्रिंकलर में इंटर्न करी थी और जी सॉक भी निकाल रखा है। तो मतलब ऐसे लिस्ट बहुत ज्यादा लंबी है। स्मार्ट इंडिया हैकाथॉन 2 बार जीत चुका है ये। ठीक है, ये एनटीयू में रिसर्च कर रहा था, रिसर्च इंटर्न था। देन इसने ट्रिपल आईटी दिल्ली में भी रिसर्च करी थी। तो काफी सारी चीजें इसके साथ एक मॉक इंटरव्यू करने वाले हैं, मॉक कोडिंग इंटरव्यू। 2 क्वेश्चंस करेंगे। ठीक है, तो एक बार दिवांश अपना थोड़ा इंट्रोडक्शन दे दे, फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं।
हाय गाइस, तो इंट्रोडक्शन निशान ने दे दिया। तो आई वाज रिसेंटली अ फोर्थ ईयर स्टूडेंट एट एनएसआईटी और कल मेरा लास्ट एग्जाम है, तो ऑलमोस्ट पास आउट हो गया। और जैसा निशान ने बोला, आई एम वर्किंग एट डी शो एज अ मेंबर टेक्निकल। और बस यही सब है, और कुछ खास नहीं है। शुरू करते हैं।
ग्रेट यार। और इसको इंग्लिश में ही रखेंगे। विल ट्राई, जैसे एक मॉक इंटरव्यू
यस।
में होता है वैसे ही पूरा सिनेरियो बनाने का ट्राई करेंगे। और तुम एक पेन पेपर लेके बैठ जाना, देख लेना भाई ने कैसे सॉल्यूशन वगैरह किया है, कैसे ट्राई कर रहा है सॉल्व करने का क्वेश्चन को। ठीक है। ओके यार, बिफोर मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, अगर तुम इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो अपनी ड्रीम कंपनीज में जाने के लिए, तो यार तुम्हारे लिए मैसेज है काफी इंपॉर्टेंट। तो अनअकैडमी और कोर्सेप ने यार अपार्ट फ्रॉम डीएस आल्गो एंड कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग तुम्हारा फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट एंड सिस्टम डिजाइन भी पढ़ाना शुरू कर दिया है। तो यू कैन डेफिनेटली चेक दैट आउट। 4 कोर्सेज स्टार्ट कर दिए हैं, सबके लिंक तुम्हें डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएंगे। तो यार प्लेटफॉर्म में तुम्हें सारी चीजें एक ही जगह पे मिल जाएंगी। सिस्टम डिजाइन मिल जाएगा, डीएस आल्गो मिल जाएगा, तुम्हें कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग भी मिल जाएगी एंड फाइनली डेवलपमेंट भी मिल जाएगी। सो ऑल द रिलेवेंट लिंक्स वगैरह तुम्हें डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएंगे। 21 जून से सारे कोर्सेज वगैरह स्टार्ट होने वाले हैं। इफ यू वांट टू बाय द सब्सक्रिप्शन और फ्री क्लासेस वगैरह तुम्हें ट्राई करनी है, यू कैन यूज माय कोड निशान सी। एंड एक बार तो मेरे को टेलीग्राम पे, इंस्टाग्राम पे या फिर लिंक्डइन पे अप्रोच कर सकते हो, बात कर सकते हो तुम्हें कौन सा कोर्स लेना चाहिए, कितने मंथ्स का प्लान वगैरह लेना चाहिए। एंड कुछ अगर एक्स्ट्रा डिस्काउंट वगैरह होगा तो मैं करवाने की कोशिश करूंगा। तो इतना ही यार, अब बढ़ते हैं आगे वीडियो की तरफ। So यार, Devang, the question is given an array of intervals where interval I is start index I and end index I. Merge all the overlapping intervals and return an array of all the non-overlapping intervals that are left. For in this example, you can see that there are intervals from 1 to 3, 2 to 6, 8 to 10, and 15 to 18. As you can see that there are some intervals which can be merged, like one that like 2 is lying in between 1 and 3, so you can merge those intervals into what 1 to 6, right? So
Right,
this
right.
is how you have to go. We can, like, I can give you another example if you want to make things much clearer.
Okay, I think I got it. So 1,
Okay.
3, 2, 6. So I can merge this into 1, 6.
Right. If the
If there is
starting
some
of
part
another,
overlap.
right, if starting or ending of another any other interval is inside some other interval, like, so you can just merge it down or remove that interval. For in this example, like, the ending of the first interval is smaller than the ending of the second interval, so you have just merged both the intervals.
Okay, got it. So what I can see here is the intervals are in sorted order based on their
Right.
first starting index. I think that
Right.
might not be the case in every input. So we'll have to take that into consideration. Okay. So right. So what I can think right now is basically I will take all the intervals and check how many of them are overlapping. So this would be like an O n square search, and I think we can do something from that basically.
Yeah, so O n square, the brute force is O n square. Yes, you can just go for each interval and check if you can find any interval which is overlapping with that and merge those intervals. Do you have any better approach for this? For example, if we have test cases with 10 raised to the power 6, so how will you do that?
Okay, 10 this to 6. So I think we can use either order of n or order of n log n, right?
Right.
So
Right.
firstly, I'll definitely sort this array of intervals into on the basis of their starting time,
Right.
start and end.
Okay.
So let's say we have the first example itself, intervals 1, 3, 2, 6, 8, 10, 15, 18. Right. So I'll go all of the intervals for let's say I'm at I equal to 0. So currently the interval is 1 comma 3. Now initially I take a start index as null or something. Now if it is null, I'll just so basically I'm trying to find out what is the first start index which this interval could fall into.
So if you have sorted the array, then this first start index should be the first element itself, right?
Right, but right. So I'm just trying to like for the I equal to 0 case, but right, we can do that. We can take one as well.
Right.
No issues. So it's going to be 1 when we start. So now I'm at 1 comma 3. So I'll check if this overlaps with the any of the previous intervals, basically the previous largest interval. So I'll try to create a big map. So like 1, 3, 2, 6. If we had another 2 comma 4 or something, like all of these would fall in the range 1 to 6.
Right.
Right. So I'm trying to maintain this range somehow. So start is equal to 1 and end is equal to 6. Something like this. I'm trying to maintain this range. So how I would do is I would simply take the start index. Initially I would assign it to the first one, and I, and I'll also assign the ending index of this range to the first one.
Okay.
So I can clearly see that for I equal to 0, this falls within the range. So if this falls within the range, I will either need to update the start index, which if I think carefully, I don't have to do it, because in any case, I've definitely the smaller indexes before, because they are sorted on the basis of the first index. So I don't need to check here. We can see this example in the next iteration to be better. But for the ending index, for 3, it is possible that this range might end after the ending of the previous range. So I'll update the ending index here. Since it is equal to 0, I don't have to do anything. I'll just move on. I equal to 1. So I have 2 comma 6. So here I'll check is the starting index of this range for the ending index of the current larger overall range. So yes, it falls in 1 comma 3. So definitely I'll need to update the ending index. So I'll update the ending index to 6 and move on. I now come to 2 comma 4. So 2 comma 4, does it lie in the range? Yes, it does lie in the range, because like the starting index of this range is before the ending index of the current range. So now I'll update the ending index, which is 2 comma 4. So I'll update ending index to maximum of 4 comma 6. 6, which I don't have to do anything. Let's go to I equal to 1, 2, 3, 3, 8 comma 10. Okay, so now I see that this does not fall in the range. So basically, 8 is greater than 6, right? The ending index of the current range. So I just print the current range. That will be my first interval. 1, 6. So I 1 comma 6 to my answer queue.
Great.
So that is equal to great. So I have my first interval now. Next is 8 comma 10. So I'll just point this to start index is 8 and ending index is 10.
Great. So I got your point. You are going in the right direction. You can just start coding it down.
Sure. Okay, I'll start the coding now. So I just maintain a vector of pair of as the like the vector of intervals. So I input the number of intervals.
So don't worry about all this. You are given with a vector of pair of intervals. You just have to return the merged intervals.
Okay, got it. So let's move on then. So initially I'll just make the start as the starting time of the first interval.
Hmm.
I'll take the end as
डॉट फर्स्ट होता है बस, ऐसे ब्रैकेट्स नहीं होते.
okay. So and I can now start with the second interval, right? So I is equal to 1, I less than
Sorry to
interval.
interrupt you, but I never said that the intervals will be sorted.
Right,
Right?
I remember. Okay, so you can just simply sort them. So basically, the default comparator associated with a pair would sort a vector over an array based on the first
Right.
index. So I don't have to create my own comparator here. I'll just pass the array,
Hmm.
and now I think I can carry on. So I should do this before taking the
Right,
start.
right, right.
Okay, so now I need to check whether the current interval falls in the given range.
Hmm.
So I'll just do that using whether the start time, which is intervals 0 dot first, is before the end time of the current range. If this is true, then I need to update the end time.
Hmm. Okay. Right.
Okay. Else, else I can just push the current range to my solutions.
Hmm.
I'll create a solution vector. But there would be a problem, I think. Else, okay. And after I do this, I'll have to reassign my start and end because I'm done with them. So I'll just take them as the start and end of the current interval.
There is one more problem. Like you are only taking a case in which the end is greater than the first. What if they are the same? What are you going to do then? Like, for example, 1 and 1, 3 was a case, and then 3, 6 was a case,
Right,
right?
right. You are right. So that would depend on what constraints the
So if
problem are.
they are same, like if 3 and 3, the start of one and the end of one are
They
same, you
can be
just have
merged.
to merge. Yeah, this you should
Okay.
merge them,
So I think they would. Then I would say that they can be merged. So
right?
I'll just update the end.
Okay.
Right. So, but in the end, you will see that I've written the start and end. So the last one won't actually be pushed to solutions. I also have to do this once more because because after the last one, the start and end
Right,
would be
right,
reassigned,
right. Hmm.
and I'm not pushing it till I get the else case. Which so in the end, I'll do this again.
Okay.
So I think I can just return solution now. It should do, or actually it's int main software and solution. So,
So can you just do a dry run on a test case? I'll give you a test case, and you can just do a dry run on this.
sure.
So this is a test case,
Okay.
and you have to like do a dry run and return the merged intervals.
Okay, so I'll just write down this. Firstly, I'm simply sorting the
Sure.
array, right? Just
Hmm.
write the sorted version so it's easy later.
Okay.
So the first will be 1, 4, 2, 5, it should be 1, 2.
Hmm.
So I think this should be it. I just need to shift it here to the first.
Okay.
Okay, so I have this is my starting point now,
Hmm.
and I'll assign start as initially I'll assign it as 1, and should be interval 0.2, which is 2.
Okay.
Now I'll have a vector of int of solutions. So it's going to be an empty array.
Right.
So for 1, so I'm at 1 comma 4 now. I'll check
Hmm.
the interval 0 dot first, which is 1, is
Hmm.
less than equal to end, which is 2 here.
Hmm.
So 1 is definitely less than equal to 2.
Right.
So we can merge this interval with the current range,
Hmm.
and I'll update the end of end is equal to maximum of interval 0 dot second
Right.
end. So interval 0 dot second is 4, and
Hmm.
4 is greater than x, so end would be 4 here.
Right.
Now I'm not going into else, so let's move on.
Hmm. Now
Okay,
your eye
so
is 2.
right now my I is 2,
Hmm.
and uh, 2 comma 5, so I'll check whether 2 comma 2 is less than equal to 4, which is true.
Right.
So I can merge this as well, and I'll
Hmm.
so end is equal to maximum of interval 0 dot second, which is 5. So
Right.
4, so end becomes 5 here.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm not going to else, so now I is equal to 4, I equal to 3. At I equal
Hmm.
to 3, it will be that first less than equal to end. So 3 is less than equal to 5, which is true.
Right.
So end is equal to max of intervals 0 dot second. This 4 is less than 5, so no update here. And I get out of the if loop, and
Hmm.
I get out of the for loop, and I come to the solution dot push
Right.
back. My solution becomes a 1 comma 5. I just output it as I should answer. Like,
Great. Great. So this works. Good job. So what is the time and space complexity for this solution?
okay, so right, so time and space complexity would be the time complexity is n log n, or basically the n is the number of intervals here.
Right.
So because that is the amount needed to sort it, and the
Hmm.
second is just a single iteration.
Right.
So it's going to be big of n log n,
Right.
and the space complexity would be uh, right. So space complexity here would be the extra space required, which in the worst case could be that there are no matching intervals. So it
Hmm.
could be big of n.
Right. Okay. Great. So let's move on to the second question. ये तो you have done this pretty correctly.
Okay.
So this is the second question. इसके नीचे ही कर लेते हैं. So you can read the question once, and after that I'll give you a test case. There are n gas stations along a circular route where the amount of gas at the ith gas station is I, gas of I. Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Got it? So I'll give you a test case so that you can understand it in a better way. So as you can see in this test case, the gas is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the cost is given as 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So the output is 3. Like if you start at the third index and you go around the circle, you will be able to like go the full, like you can travel the full circle. So as you start at the third index and fill up the with 4 units of gas, right? Your tank will be 0 plus 4.
Right.
Like the cost is 1 and the gas is 4 at the third index, as you can see. Then travel to station 4, your tank is 4 minus 1 plus 5, right? 4 minus 1 because you have traveled one distance, and plus 5 because the gas at the next station is +5. So now you have 8 in your tank. Then you will travel to 0 because this is a circle. And
Right.
then 8 minus 2 plus 5 because the cost to travel from 5 to 0 is 2, as you can see here. Then the the remaining gas will be 7, as you can see. Then you will move to 1. 7 minus 3, as you can see, the cost is 3, plus 2 will be 6, and so on. And at the end of the day, you will be able to travel to the station 3 again, and the cost is 5. So your
Okay.
gas is just enough to travel back to the station 3, right? Because the
Got it.
cost of the station 3 is 5, and you have 5 in your tank left,
Fine. Sure.
right?
So, right. So initially, I just consider the case that the Bruford solution can be, you can start with any of them. So let's try one of them as a starting point and see how far we reach.
Okay.
So, how far we can reach, we have to iterate from that point onwards. And so, in worst case, it can take like 10 times n, because it might be
Right.
possible that every time you are able to reach the second last stand, but not get back
Right.
to the current starting point. So
Right. The worst case is n square, right?
yes, right.
So can we do it in a better time complexity?
Sure. So let's break it down how we are seeing the solution. So initially, like you see, there are differences and there are additions, right? 0 plus 4 plus 5 plus 1 plus 2 minus 3. So these are going to be our additions, right? These are basically the amount of whatever the units
Gas
of
we
gas,
are adding, right?
right? So the other thing is the deletions, right? So it's minus 1 here, which is to get to the next point. Then there is minus 2. The next one is minus 3. So this is actually the difference between the current and the next station.
So you are given with the cost associated with the current station. As you can see, the cost array, these are the costs associated with that index. For example, you are starting at the third index. The cost associated with the third index is 1, right? So that's why we are doing -1. For fifth index, it's 2. That's why we are doing -2. Again, for the 0th index, it's 3. That's why we are doing -3, and so on.
Okay, sorry. So we start with the 0 unit of tank at index 3, and with 0 plus 4 equal to 4, and travel to station 4. So it will take -1. Okay, I get it now. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So,
Right.
okay, you can think for some more time. If you are not able to get to any solution, I'll give you a hint.
Okay, so I think in any case there are these additions and
Right. That's fine. There are just additions and subtractions.
okay, sure. So I'll take the total amount of gas I have at any point, gas, and the total distance. Right. So it's like a module. So it's basically the addition of the difference. Like the distance I traveled would be, or the cost, or the total cost. Let's call it total cost and not the distance. So let's say I start from any place. Let's say even at 0th. So I start with 0 gas, right? So I start with 1 gas. So the gas here would be 1, and the total goes to next one till the next one is going to be -3. Or let's make it a modulo. It's going to be 3. So 1 is less than 3. So this means I can't go to the next station.
Right.
So, but let's say we started from second index. So now I have 2 gas, and again I can't go to next one because I require the deletion would be 4. But
Right.
let's get straight to the station 3, right? So when we have 4 units of gas, so 4 units of gas, and Total cost for the next one is going to be uh,
1.
1, right? So gas is greater than total cost, so we can move
Right.
on. Let's get to the next station, and till now I'll also store with what was the starting station. So
Hmm.
I'll create another variable start station. I'll
Hmm.
make this as uh, here. So
Hmm.
this is starting at station 3,
Okay.
and let's start iterating at, and let's say we are currently at the station P. So we can
Hmm.
move to next station because 4 is greater than 1.
Right.
So I'm now at station number 4. So now the amount of gas I can add the gas at station 4, which is uh, plus 5, so it's going to be 9, and total cost would be uh, 1 plus 2, so it's going to be minus 3, right?
Hmm.
It's going to be 3,
Hmm.
right? So again, the gas is greater than the total cost, so I can move on. I go to
Okay.
station 5, and I amount of gas is going to be
So you are going to the station 1 because say station 0 because the size of the array is 5.
this,
So you
right?
will do
So
just 5 modulo 5.
yes, so 5 modulo 5, so
Hmm.
it would be station 0.
Hmm.
So I just add plus 8 there. So sorry, I'll add plus 1 there, which
Right.
is, so total gas is 10, and the total cost is going to be uh, 3 minus 2, which is 5. Again, 10 is greater than 5, we can carry on. Let's take a case where we are not able to carry on. And let's
Hmm.
say if the next post was going to be not 1 year, but it was going to be 10, so it total cost is 15. So it
Hmm.
means that if I start from station 3, then I can't go further.
Okay.
So let's not start from station 3, let's start from station 4 instead. So let's just skip the third one out of here.
Hmm.
So I'll say that.
So, but in this case, if you are doing this way, it is possible that you have traveled the whole array and you are in the second last position. Then
Right.
you understand that the total cost is greater than the gas you started with, and you cannot travel to the last station. So you will have to then go back again and start to the next station. Like, right. So in the worst case, the time complexity will still be n square.
No, 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 no. So, I think I should explain better. Right. So I have a start index, start station.
Hmm.
Initially I took it as 0.
Right.
So and when I was at 0,
I'll give
uh,
you another example. You can like do a dry run on that.
sure.
Wait. Uh, this is the example. Do a dry run on this.
Okay. So my start station is going to be 0 at first.
Right.
Then I start from 0 and come back to 0. So the gas associated with 2 is 2, and the required cost is 3, so it's
3.
not possible.
Right.
So let's minus 2 from here and minus 3 from here. So let's do 0 and 0 because start is not possible, and let's go to 1.
Hmm.
Okay, so now it is possible to go. So the gas here is 3, the total cost is 4.
Hmm.
So it is also not possible. So let's subtract whatever gas we had from the first station, starting station. So 3 minus gas of 1, which is 3, is 0. Total cost minus this is going to be 0. Now I am at starting station 2, which is starting as 0, and total cost is 3, which I can
Right.
finally get started, right?
Right.
So okay, so that means now my current station is going to be 2, which looks good. Now let's come to current station 3. Start station will not change until I get to a point where I can't
Hmm.
get further. It will only increase, it won't decrease. I won't have to reset my status of it. So now I'm at current station 3, so that, well, 3 is nothing, so it's actually modulo 3, so it's going to be index 0 because the only three elements here. So at index 0, the gas I have is 4 plus 2, which is 6, and the distance required to go to the next station is 3 plus 3, which is 6, which is just enough. So I can go to the next station, which is 1. Now at station 1, I have 3 as gas. I have another 3 as gas, so it's 9 gas. The total cost to go to the next station is going to be 9 plus 4, which is 10, right? So means I can't go there.
Right.
So I'll just take the start station and make it plus 1. So I'll make the start station as 3, and I don't have to reset my current station. So I can just say that I didn't start from 3. So basically I'm adding gas and subtracting for total cost, right? So let's decrease the uh, gas of the station 2, which was 4. So it's start with 5. So the total cost will also be decreased with this. So 7. So it's like I'm saying that I started with station 0 now. To get to station 1, the gas is 5, total cost is 7, which is not possible. So since I'm already at start station 0, I checked all the cases of start, so it is not possible to go from anywhere.
So you will just return -1 in this case.
Yes, right.
Okay. So can you like code the solution now?
Sure.
Like for what will be the time complexity according to you for this solution?
Sure. So you can see that the current station would always be after the first station in like a circular fashion, right?
So it can maximum go up to n, right?
Yes, right.
N minus 1, right?
So in maximum will increase the current station by 1 until both start station and the current station are equal.
Right.
So maximum update should be n, because if we update till n, we'll definitely get to that point, the start station equal to current station, and we'll terminate.
Right.
So within n steps, we would definitely be able to get an answer or at least -1.
Okay. So can you just like code that solution?
Sure. So I have a vector. So vector of gas and cost as input.
Right.
Okay, so okay, let's just take start indexes 0 and index is also 0. So while start index is and index plus 1 modulo gas size. So by this I mean whether the next upcoming station is going to be the 0th or the current start index.
This will be double equals to the start index, right?
Right. So it means I started from one place and I got back to the other place. Not equal to. Till that I have to do this, right?
Start index plus 1 modulo. So what is your end index exactly?
Okay, so end index is the index which I can definitely reach. So basically, if I'm saying that currently I can definitely reach 0th index from 0 because that's trivial, right? And once I say that I can definitely reach like n minus 1, let's say n is the size of array, so I can reach n minus 1. That means I'm at the last station which is required.
Okay.
So do I need to get back to this station, or is it like I have to reach the last?
You have to reach to the station which you have started with. That is the question.
Okay. While so I should actually do while end index is not equal to start index, and I'll not take end equal to something like this. I'll just start with minus 1 because in this starting case it's going to be trivial. So okay, so I'll check now whether I can reach the next index, which is start index from here. Sorry, I need to check somehow whether I can reach 1. So I'll initially take it as start index only. Uh, let's check somehow in the while loop and not here because initially you're already starting from end index. It both are equal, so it will be slightly complicated to check from the while loop itself. So let's consider the condition later. But by this I mean I need to stop when the current index is reachable after a full loop.
But what you told me was you will take four variables. One was gas, one was total cost, the other one was start station, and the last one was current station. Where did this end index came from? Like, why are you
Okay.
using end index and start
That's
index?
actually current index. So,
Okay. ठीक है.
okay, let's call it current index only then.
Hmm.
So currently I'm at 0, starting from 0. Till I'm not back at 0, so I should do a do while loop then. So that this would definitely be.
So there is a hint for you. What is like a circular loop? If you like cut the array in two parts and you start at the current index and you just put the starting part back at the ending, will it not be the same? Like it will be the same as traveling the whole circle, right? Right. So can you not think about like pre-calculating the first part? You already know the gas which will be used in the starting part. You already know the cost which will be used to travel to the current index. Can you just not calculate those and you don't have to like travel back and check it?
Okay, so let's I think go that way. Let's take the 4 current index equal to 0, current index is less than start index. Okay, so I need to check whether this current index, the moment it comes to current index equal to start index, that means I have the answer, right? So I just see out current index. But but there is also one more case that there is no such start index possible. So we can write that here. So basically, what I'm saying is I've checked all the start indexes basically. So initially, I'm starting with start index equal to 0, but if I'm back at start index equal to 0, which means I've checked all of the start indexes, none of them are possible to start from. So that means I should return -1.
What if the start index was 0 only and like the answer was also 0?
Right. So I think we will check it within the for loop. So if not possible, I'll write the not possible condition with the other logic with the for loop, and start index is equal to let's say then I'll say that return -1.
Okay.
So otherwise I can just add the start index because I can still take the next one.
Right.
Okay. So 4 in current index is 0. Okay. So let's take So let's check whether it is possible to till where we can go the current index starting from here. So I'll just check if the next index is possible to reach. So if current index plus one, so I have a gas still here and a cost still here. So I'll add to the gas. I'll add to the gas the cost of the current index. So to the gas of the current index, which is input gas current index. And I'll also add to the cost, whatever is the cost required to go to the next one. So input cost current index. Now I'll check whether it is possible to go to the next one. If gas is less than cost, if gas is less than cost, then I can go to the next one. Right? I don't need to do anything. Otherwise,
gas is greater than cost, right?
I should. So basically, it is not possible. I will try to start from the next index.
So if the cost is greater than gas, then you are not able to like proceed forward. Then you have to, I think, change the start index, right?
Right. So if gas is less than cost, means I don't have enough gas to go to the next, then I'll just try to do start index plus.
Okay.
But if I can do the start indices, then I should not do that, right? Which is the condition you're discussing here. So I so basically so I think that condition is taken care of now.
Okay.
Okay. So not possible and no more starting index less than this. But one more thing to do, there is we should not move to the next one. Current index, we should not basically increase the current index here because we have to still check for this current index. Or do we? I think we should do it while case. So we might have to like pop out multiple of the starting indices, not just one. Does that make sense? So basically, to reach the current index, it is possible that we may have to.
But you have to like add the gas and the cost at each step, right? So you can't do while and then just pop out the index.
Right. I'll also have to check whether until the point that the gas is less than cost and the starting index is less than equal to. So okay.
So it's almost time. We have like 2 to 3 minutes more.
Okay, so I just need to check how to remove the starting index and still have the consistency that the current index is after the starting index within the loop. It's not reached there yet. But if it's reached, you will definitely stop. So it won't reach the next one. So
So you did a good job. Whatever you were thinking was in the right direction. Like you just had to check whether the gas at the current position is greater than the total cost. If it is that, then you are able to like travel the whole area. You just have to keep a check on the total cost and the total gas you had, right? And if at any place the gas you had goes less than 0, then you have to like change your start pull index, right? And you just have to add the gas into the total and refresh the gas again, right?
Right.
And at the end of the whole of this game, if the total you have currently and the gas you have are greater than 0, that means you will be able to go back to the whole circle and you will be like able to complete the whole round.
Okay. Yes, right. That is what
Hmm.
I was thinking. What I didn't understand how to check
Right.
whether the gas is over.
Chalo, koi nahi, no problem. You were able to like deduce the problem and you were able to think of the solution which was working in order of n time. So we are about to like the time is up. It was like around 40-45 minutes interview. So you were able to like solve one question full and around 75% of the second question you were not able to do the implementation part, but you were able to like think about the logic. So सही है, great work Devansh. He was a little out of practice क्योंकि 1.5-2 महीने से coding करी नहीं है because he started working at Disha last month and he was just doing production stuff. So thank you so much for taking out time, bro. कुछ review वगैरह हो like how can I improve on this mock interview sessions, तो वो बता सकते हो. बाकी I think you could have just thought out the solution once again in your mind because you could have used pen and paper and एक बार dry run करके देख लेना चाहिए था कि कैसे things work कर रही हैं and हो जाता code, मतलब कर लेता, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. बस वो वहीं पे अटक गया कि start index और end index current index में ये कैसे होगा,
Right, makes sense.
Hmm.
Sure, I think. Yeah, the interview was good. I think that's how real interviews are. So, not many suggestions there. I'm sure you do well with this interviews and people will enjoy. So, good luck for that and good luck to anyone
Thank
who's
you.
preparing. So,
Thank you.
for the guys.
तो यार इसमें कुछ चीजें थी नोट करने वाली, लाइक देवांश ने जो वेरिएबल नेम्स थे वो काफी सही ले रखे थे. देखो जैसे स्टार्ट इंडेक्स, करंट इंडेक्स, गैस, मतलब देख के सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी है जो ये ले रहा था. एंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन में भी जो इसने सारी चीजें करी थी, ही वाज एबल टू लाइक टेल द टाइम एंड स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. थोड़े बहुत ऊपर नीचे गलतियां हुई थी हल्की फुल्की, बट इतना चलता है रियल इंटरव्यू में भी. दे डोंट केयर अबाउट दैट मच. अगर तुम सही लॉजिक बता पा रहे हो, सही ठीक ठाक कोड कर पा रहे हो, क्योंकि तुम्हारा जो मेन टेस्ट वाला वो वाली चीज तुम्हारे टेस्ट में हो जाती है काउंट कि तुमने ढंग से कोड लिख लिया, तुम टेस्ट केसेस पास करवा पा रहे नहीं करवा पा रहे. यहाँ पे तुम्हारी थिंकिंग एबिलिटी चेक करते हैं. तो आई गेस सही था, काफी सही था. सो थैंक यू सो मच ब्रो फॉर टेकिंग आउट टाइम. काफी मजा आया ये वाली चीज करके, थोड़ा कुछ नया ट्राई कर लिया. एंड हिम्मत चाहिए होती है ऐसे मॉक इंटरव्यू देने के लिए, तो हिम्मत तो है ही भाई में. ठीक है,
चलो सही है यार, काम मजा आया. तो ठीक है गाइस,
ठीक है.
बाय.
चलो वीडियो पसंद आई तो वीडियो को लाइक जरूर कर देना यार, सब्सक्राइब कर देना चैनल को. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए